Hey y'all, Boogie Knight here. Obviously I'm not in character right now, but I kind of just want to take a couple of minutes to talk about something that has kind of been on my mind for the past week or so. Obviously everything that's happening in this world is throwing us into a different definition, a different perspective, and a different way of living. Not something we want to, but something we are forced to have to work with. And while physical health and sustainability and survivability are paramount right now, there is a subject that is almost equally imperative as that, and while I don't think it's being downplayed or being put on the back burner, or even being put second fiddle, I just kind of feel like it's not really rising to the importance that is physical health, and that is what I just want to talk about, and that is mental and emotional health. Now, these things really kind of feed off each other. Mental health impacts your physical health, and physical health impacts your mental health. The two are in this Ouroboros, and you adjust one of them, and the other one's going to adjust as well. I mean, I'm not a scientist or a biologist or a psychologist, but from my own experience and my own dealings, it's true. And I'm seeing a lot of different things on social media about just people whose situations in lives are completely different because of what they're dealing with. And I feel like with this particular case, and once again, obviously, I am not calling this little disaster by its title. I'm not getting monetized videos anyway, but in the off chance it does get blocked because of the algorithm, that's why I'm choosing to leave this to itself. Anyways, so I feel like with routines, hobbies, distractions, just things going on, people don't have access to what they used to, and it's throwing them off. And a lot of times, and a lot of methods, it's really impacting their mental health. Even physically speaking, they're fine. And I'm not exempt from this at all. A lot of things have happened over the past even several weeks as this kind of disaster was just rearing its ugly head. And I felt that impact. I know other people that have felt that impact. And I feel like some people, I'm just saying some people as a broad spectrum. I'm not trying to pin this on anybody because it doesn't impact, it's nobody that I know is doing this sort of thing. But I feel like people are kind of not sweeping it under the rug per se, but kind of letting it take the fall in favor of focusing on physical preservation. And that is not right, y'all. It shouldn't be. You need to focus on both your physical and your mental / emotional health equally. And just to kind of give my own personal perspective on it, y'all know that I work my ass off constantly, and I try to record when I have time, and obviously my computer, as I've talked about a million different times, is not in the greatest of states. And also trying to be there for my friends. And I talked about this in my Sin Eater interlude, so I'm not going to really, harp on it too much. But obviously, for me, it takes a toll on me at the end of the day for various things. And I know that while physically I'm as unhealthy as I usually am, okay? Let's not mince words here. But emotionally, it builds up. And I've said this in numerous entries. It just constantly stacks. It could be one little thing, two little things, three little things, four little things, and eventually you're swimming underneath this pile of hot garbage, and you can't breathe, you can't move, you can't swim. And it impacts us in various ways, from not wanting to get out of bed in the morning, to not finding any joy in the world, to self-medicating, to self-harm, to just drastic things. And we still don't want to talk about this for various reasons. Maybe because we don't want to feel weak, maybe because we don't want to put undue pressure on anybody else, maybe because we don't know how to approach a certain situation. Maybe we just, like I've said with me, I have trouble asking for help because I always feel like the situation's going to flip back onto somebody else. I'm going to get unsolicited advice, blah, blah, blah. You've heard the Sin Eater routine. Let's move on. But what I do, stay in place camera, but here's the thing that I do want to convey. Not everybody is like Gordon Lightfoot, all right? Y'all can't read my mind, I can't read y'all's mind. But we can pick up on little things. And what I'm trying to say is we all, everyone who's watching this, need to take a deep, hard look. Not at other people, but at ourselves. And from that, we can focus on others as well, those that are genuinely impacted by our day-to-day lives. Friends, family, significant others, objects of our affection, loved ones. But first and foremost, our side of the street has to be in order. And I think some people, like myself, we put ourselves in last place to focus on others. And that's all well and good. But at the end of the day, we need help same as everybody else. And I know there are people that I can call on at any time if I need something, like Harkov, Ray, Jasmine, Magnetic Pup, just Christoph, Modegas, just to name half a dozen. And I know they'll be there for me and I'll be there for them. But if we're swimming and drowning in our own hot garbage, we can't be there for other people. And I'm learning that the hard way, y'all. So all I'm trying to say is, while this will burn out, this will blow over, we need to take our own mental and emotional health into account and be more aware of it. I'm not saying do any drastic changes, but there are little things we can do to be better for ourselves and be better for others. And the simplest thing, and I've said this in numerous interlude entries, the most simple thing we can do is ask genuinely, how are you doing? 4 simple words. It doesn't have to be an elaborate thing. You can do it to somebody else, or you can even do it to yourself. And I do the how are you doing several times a day to myself. Because like the Earthsea series, if I can give something a name, I can make it tangible. And if it's tangible, it's handleable. Maybe not immediately, but it will be at some point. And I use that for other people too, because some people will give the usual fine because they want to put on a persona, be like, I don't want to put myself out there for whatever reason. But look, we're all in this together. This is the one time in history of our generation that we have a commonality. And it's time to sack up, put the personas aside, and work together. Work to fix yourself. Work to be there for those you care about. That's all I'm asking. Check in with yourself. Check in with other people. Check in with people regularly. Check in with yourself regularly. Because if you are mentally and emotionally, I'm not going to say stable, but if you're in a good place, even just for the day, you will kick a lot of ass. I can guarantee you that. Conversely, if you're not, while you think you are, it's going to come back to bite you. So please, while I'm saying be safe and be healthy and be careful wherever you are in the world, I'm not just saying that from a physical standpoint. Be careful and be healthy up here and in your heart. We're going to get through this together, y'all. But we can't help anybody unless we're there to help ourselves. And as I've said, y'all know me well enough that you can call on me. I've got ways to be in touch, like DMs on Twitter, Discord, email, whatever. But I'm asking y'all to also be there for each other. Because I believe in all of y'all. I know we can get through this. So in closing, I do want to kind of end this in one of my favorite movies. In the immortal words of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures, be excellent to each other. That's all I ask. So with that being said, please take care of one another, and I'll catch you on the flip side, alright? Peace.